I remember that moment in college, and I arrived home in my apartment, went to my room, dropped my book bag to the side, and looked up and was thinking to myself, why do I attract the same people over and over? Why are my romantic relationships ending the same way? And the temptation is always to turn inward and do a little bit of self loathing. Is it because I'm not pretty enough? Is it because I'm not doing enough? But the thought came to me, you are the common denominator. And with that revelation came a release. And the release was that it was nothing wrong with me necessarily. It gave me an understanding that there was something that can be changed, that needed to change in order for me to do relationships differently. So that's when I was faced with a choice. Do I want to stay the same and have the same relationships over and over and engage in these cycles of self-loathing? Or should I submit this process to God for Him to do the permanent work that I can have relationships that last? And that's something that I want to inspire you today. Everyone has a moment to be honest with themselves. And that's one thing I had to be in that moment. And that's not to heap guilt and condemnation and shame onto myself. It was more so a moment to pivot because I was empowered that in the same way that I can be the one that makes relationships last because of what's in me, or relationships that weren't lasting because of what was in me, I can also make relationships last because of what's in me. That's what happens when you want to make lasting change. It first starts with a brutally honest assessment and an honesty that almost makes you want to run from yourself. But those are the necessary moments where you have to make a decision that you're not going to run, but you're going to face the music. And once you make that decision, you have to come to grips with the fact that it's going to be hard, that despite what lies ahead in that process and journey, that you are going to stick with it. Is the building blocks for change. You must be aware that something is wrong, and then you must be honest with yourself in the role that you had to play in this cycle. Is not to say that you are to keep on guilt, self-loathing, condemnation, all the things, although that is a temptation. But if you want to change, you need to know what to do differently. Choose, decide to change today.